7 years ago, I posted a video about cleaning the EGR pipe on our 2014 Toyota Prius. The video did really well. It's had nearly 80,000 views. So I guess a few of you are wondering, what does that pipe look like now, after 7 more years of driving? And while this is long-term ownership, it's well worth contrasting how this engine bay looks now compared to 7 years ago. Let's have a look if I can put a bit of footage together. I mean, I do come in here and do clean it out occasionally, but yeah, no, it only needs cleaning up, doesn't it? Here's the pipe down here that I'll be taking off. There'll be 2 bolts on this end, 2 bolts on the other end of it, and so the first thing is to take off the air cleaner assembly. I've already undone these 2 clasps. If you've changed the air filter, you'll know, very easy to get to. Now, all I'm going to do is bring this away. Keep that out of the way. There is actually some wiring that goes underneath, but you can just park that out of the way. And you can see there are 2 bolts in there. There's actually a 3rd one, and it's underneath where this engine cover goes. So just take that off next. There we go. There are 3 kind of tab things on the back that connect to the top of the engine. That needs a clean too. And now you can get to all 3 of those. They're 10mm bolts, and in fact all you need is a 10mm socket for the whole job. That's those removed, and what I did last time was to line up the bolts going across here. I just put them on the top of this, and starting with the job, ending with the job, and then just do things in reverse when putting things together. It worked out very well. I'll do the same thing this time. So the next thing is to just release from the 2 clips here, release this hose, then take out that bolt there, and then all of this can just come out of the way. In fact, there is another one there. Sorry about that, it was hidden in all the dirt. Bit of a theme. And there we go, looks a bit different in here now. But there's the pipe, so that's why I say it's got to come away. Right, so these 2 bolts live within this plastic thing here. They're the most difficult to get to, so we'll get rid of those first. This one you can't actually see at the back. And then after getting those 2 out, take those 2 out, and then we should be able to remove this pipe. It's quite funny. I've just taken the other one off from the back there, and I thought, whoa, this is really tight, and then realised I put the thing on. So it wasn't like it was a factory setting on the bolts. Anyway, maybe they've just got weaker over the years, I don't know. It was just kind of comical. Anyway, the other thing to watch out for is when you're taking these out, that you don't want to drop them. Make sure you've got both hands, you've got one hand underneath, because you drop down into this car and you've got those plates on the bottom, so it'll be difficult to get the bolt back again. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. I was struggling away on that other one and then realised I'd put the thing on. Okay, so that's this plastic bit out of the way now. It can just sit out of the way. There's just that bolt there, and then we can take the other 2 off from the other end. For this bottom one, I found it easiest to use a short extension. There's more room on this end than trying to do everything in a small gap there. So yeah, I've used the extension for this last one. And with all the bolts now out, this should just lift away. And now we can take a look at what this looks like on the inside. And here's what it looks like after about another 50,000 miles of driving. We were on about 85,000, we're on about 135,000 now. In fact, perhaps you can see it better like this. In fact, I've got a flashlight, so I wonder if it's better to see it like this. Yeah, there we go. That shows quite the coating going on. Now, last time I used acetone and boiling water, but, well, we haven't got any acetone. What we do have is brake cleaner, and apparently that should work fine. If not, I'm going to have to put the car back together, go off and get some acetone, aren't I? But we're going to try this, and we'll see what it looks like, see how good a job it does of it. I'll also use a toothbrush, and I'll show you what happens. So the plan is to wing it. No, it's not. The plan is to tape over one end, spray the brake cleaner down, swish it around a bit, leave it in there 10 or 15 minutes, and then to put the boiling water through, see what that does, and maybe repeat 3 or 4 times. There's the tape in place. There's some rain clouds. Oh man. Anyway, next thing, spray through and do what I said before. Hey, I'm shocked. You can see how much cleaner that is. I was just spraying, and as I sprayed it, the stuff came off the sides. If I just, there, see all the brown now? It's already doing the thing. Yeah, I'll not tip it onto the ground, I'll tip it into a container. But you can already see, and I've just sprayed for about a second, and it all started coming off the sides. Oh, fantastic. So, you know, that's the kind of thing that makes me think, why can you not just spray brake cleaner throughout the engine and be done? Don't take anything apart, just spray it into the air filter or something. Obviously you can't. If anyone was wondering how well the brake cleaner works, it's just been sat in this pipe now for about 2 or 3 minutes, and let me pour it out into this sort of lid here. Look at that. All dissolved. Alright, I'll carry on and come back. I'll also be using the brush, as I say, the toothbrush. And what you need for such a brush is one that is quite flexible, because you can see how far that has gone into the tube. If I pull it back out, there it was, you can see that's gone way past halfway. So same thing on the other end. As long as the brush is a flexible type, you'll be able to clean out with an old toothbrush. You can also see how clean that actually is, that head. I just took the tape off the other end, and you can see that's coming up quite nicely. This is only the 3rd lot of brake cleaner, plus I've used the brush a bit, and I thought to myself, well, there's not much on that brush. Let's see what happens when I tip this out. Much, much, much cleaner. It looks dirtier now that it's in there, but I am impressed with that. Right, so I'll just clean this up now, dry it off, and we can put the thing back on the car. Here's the flashlight test again. I mean, that is a really great change. Check the other end, there we go. Nice and cleaned. As I say, I'm quite surprised how easy that was. Right, let's get the thing back on the car. The pipe's back on, and next to put the air cleaner box and whatnot back on. While putting this back together, I've noticed that this one here is actually broken. This bit of plastic. So I'm going to glue it with some of this, and it's just another little pointer really to, you know, your maintenance when you do these kind of jobs. I imagine that broke when the air filter was changed one time. But yeah, I'll just fix that as well while I'm here. And here is everything put together. I have done some cleaning actually, because I was quite disgusted on how this looked under here, but it's a Toyota. You put fuel in, you get an oil change, and that's it. Anyway, so I have cleaned things up. What I will be doing is a full EGR teardown video. That thing there scares me. That's the actual cooler. So if you want to see that, please do let me know. And I was very surprised that the other video did as well as it did, but I guess a lot of people still own these, and well, for good reason, because they are a reliable car. If you can do this stuff for one thing and keep on top of your oil changes. So yeah, there we go. That's what the pipe looked like after another 7 years. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll hope to see you in another.